Unitedhealthcare CEO being taken out this morning in Manhattan. And I just wanted to say a couple words on the horrible situation. I'd like to offer my condolences to the thousands of families that were negatively affected by this man's leadership. My sympathies are with the thousands of people who've had claims denied so that CEOs could continue to pad their pockets. And as for the person on the loose who carried out this attack, I want to know, when will the Netflix special come out? I know that Ryan Murphy is somewhere pulling together a team. Because in America, this is how we condemn senseless violence, right? Once this guy is caught, we should have Halloween costumes, subreddits, and my personal favorite, a sexy Rolling Stone cover. Now I know today some CEOs are shaking in their boots. And to them I say thoughts on denied claims. But since gun violence isn't just affecting children anymore in schools, they'll actually take it seriously now. This whole thing is really just a shame. Again, for all of the people who've had denies claimed because of this man's policies.
Of course, I would have been happy to send my condolences after the Unitedhealthcare CEO was killed this afternoon. However, unfortunately, sympathy requires a prior authorization, and I have to deny that request.
He states that it's not medically necessary treatment. He states that it's not medically necessary treatment.
That was an internal phone call between two Unitedhealthcare workers. They're laughing about denying someone's insurance claim. We're ProPublica, a nonprofit newsroom, and we investigated. The person they're laughing about is Chris McNaughton. He was in college when he was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis, a chronic autoimmune disease. It took him a really long time to find meds that put his disease into remission. But when he finally did, United flagged Chris's case as a high-dollar account. Ultimately, United said it wouldn't pay for his medicine because it was not medically necessary.
When I started that treatment, I think I had literally failed every other ulcerative colitis medication. So it would almost seem that it was the very definition of medically necessary, and then nothing else had worked.
When United turned down Chris's claim, his medical bills were running nearly $2 million a year. So Chris did something few people ever do. He sued. He was able to get his claim filed and question United representatives under oath. He was shocked by what he learned, like that a United doctor had literally cut and pasted denial language from a nurse's notes.
That's under RN recommendation. I usually copy that and paste it if I agree.
That doctor said he's done over 10,000 denials for United, and he didn't usually look at the medical records, he just signed his name. Chris's records revealed another United doctor who actually agreed with Chris's physician was ignored. United had paid for that doctor's opinion, but when the company didn't like what it saw, it buried that report. Chris also got emails and audio recordings, like the one at the beginning of this video.
It's hard to feel that they're really worried about your safety when there are emails that are celebrating the fact that your treatment was denied.
In the end, Chris's medications were paid for by insurance. United said in a statement that the company's guiding concern was always his well-being.
The CEO of Unitedhealthcare was unalived in the middle of New York today. I wonder if it has anything to do with the fact that Unitedhealthcare started using AI to deny customer claims. They have double the claim denial rate from the industry average and the most of any U.S. healthcare company. Over 100 million Americans have medical debt. It's estimated that there is $220 billion of medical debt in the U.S. Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield just announced that in Connecticut, New York, and Missouri, they won't be paying for anesthesia if the surgery or procedure takes longer than the time limit given, which is nothing a patient can control. What are you supposed to tell your doctor? If you go over the 2-hour mark, just stop, because my insurance company won't pay for it. I'm actually a little bit surprised this hasn't happened more often to CEOs of healthcare companies in the US. I don't think violence is the answer because the company stock went up 2.5% after this man lost his life. They're just going to put in place a new CEO. I wouldn't be surprised if we find out the gunman lost someone due to Unitedhealthcare not covering a procedure.
Did you know that Unitedhealthcare is arguably the most unethical health insurance company in the US? They deny claims up to 32% of the time, which leaves people with massive medical debt and no way to pay it off. Also been slammed for prioritizing profit over patient care, which has limited many people's access to life-saving medication. Not only this, but they've been sued multiple times for misleading people about their coverage and overcharging the hell out of people. Fucking profit off of our suffering.
I think we all know by now that United Healthcare is a disgusting corporation, and that they are willing to let people die to make money. And, we know about the CEO and the claims. These are alleged claims. No one has been convicted of any crime, but they did arrest a young man named Luigi Mangione or Mangione. I don't know which one. I'm leaning toward Mangione. And we come to find out that this young man that he went to an Ivy League school, that he is well off, that his parents own a country club, so he has money, right? But he suffered from back pain. He had a surfing accident. So he did write some things about, the insurance companies, these healthcare companies, and, denying people life-changing treatment, which, there are some articles that go into detail about that. In broad daylight in New York, the CEO was going to a meeting probably to gloat about, all of the money he made off of the blood of the people they denied treatment to, right? So in broad daylight, you have to see it to believe it. There was someone caught on camera who walked up to him and shot him dead. Basically, there were people in the area who saw that, the person in question was gunning for this person, and they literally moved out of the way. This was not about them. He fell, he died. And that was that. And they are now accusing Luigi Mangione of doing this. There was a woman who worked at a fast food restaurant who tried to turn him in for the money and didn't get the money because she didn't call the tip line. Also, there was the creator of the backpack who I forget what he did, so he screwed all of that up because people were going to buy the backpack. I think people were dressing as him, and we as Black people could never get away with that. But the latest news in Unitedhealth Group, when you see that a disgusting entity or even person, they cannot stop being who they are and being sick and disgusting. So they have denied the claim of a woman who is in a coma, saying that she doesn't need the treatment that she would receive. Yeah, they did that. So it looks like they haven't learned their lesson, and the CEO over this company is, I don't know if they're trying to send a message or to sit up here and say that, we're going to continue doing what we're doing. So they want to push their luck, it seems like, because they hid all of the other CEO information and you can't find them. Obviously, these idiots know nothing about TikTok. They know nothing about the internet and how well people are at finding people. I haven't proven to them that care for her in the hospital was medically necessary. Tear it all down. That is 100% true. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and pretend like I don't believe these hospitals are just as much to blame for this, because they are overprescribing and trying to treat people for things that they don't need to, racking up a bill. But also, these insurance companies are disgusting and just as much to blame as well. But this right here just shows that, they haven't learned their lesson. They're still being disgusting. This is the spirit of greed. It's deadly. It's cost people their lives, and these people cannot stop. It's money over everything. And I agree, tear it all down. So you're going to tell me that you don't think it's medically necessary to provide medical care for someone who has brain hemorrhages, in a coma, on a ventilator, and experiencing heart failure? There's no way that, okay. So they're at it again. I don't know what will come of this, or what's going to happen, or if somebody's going to get doxxed, if somebody's going to get threatened. I have no idea. But it looks like they are just so greedy and just so inhumane that they just want to keep it going. But I do have to say, I did see someone question, why don't we have universal health care? And I can answer that. First of all, the majority of the people who will receive this, they see you, I'll start with class. They see you as expendable. So they don't want to provide health care to extend the lives of the expendable because they feel like it should be a certain number of people. They're sitting up here talking about there's too many people, and they're just insane. It is just because they have money does not make them smart. These are very ignorant and stupid people. But also the biggest reason is racism. 100% racism. If you give universal health care to everyone, that means the blacks and the others will get it too. That's why. So racism is coming back to haunt you. Everybody is now crying about this injustice and this medical malpractice. And I remember when we were talking about, black women who were dying 3 times the rate of colorless women. I remember us talking about, how we were not receiving medical care. People were doing things. We couldn't trust the doctors. And so many stories that came out about nurses not believing pain and doctors not believing us. And now we have this. We have these insurance companies denying claim, costing lives, doing things. Seems like the FAFO is out in full effect. So there's the blowback from the racism, and there is the blowback from a lot of black people who were saying, these things were going on and happening to them. Now it's happening to certain demographics, and now there's the crying, the wailing, and we need justice. And like I said, I can't take up for corporations. I have experienced a situation myself with a family member where they didn't give a damn about their life. They just wanted to flip beds and get this person out because of the amount they would be paid. And this was the hospital. So as I said, the hospitals are just as much to blame as the insurance companies. Okay. They're all profiting off of the sickness and death, and it's putrid and disgusting. But I just want to say about the CEO who was taken out, and people feel like it's very cold-blooded to say. I personally didn't care. Not at all. I didn't bat an eye. It wasn't a big deal. Trying to have me care about a CEO is just never going to happen. I still enjoy the jokes pertaining to the billionaires who went down to see the Titanic and they never came back up again. That was on them. That was their fault. Now, I said about the CEO that Unitedhealth CEO Brian Thompson was shot and killed with rounds that said deny, defend, and depose. His yearly salary was $10 million with 72,000 units of stock valued at $42.9 million. Also, stock options worth $21 million. They denied more claims than any other health insurance company, and he never saw it coming. After rolling in so much blood money, the police arrested a person of interest, Luigi Mangione. So basically, he made so much money, so much, $10 million a year to deny people the care that they needed. Do you know how evil and sick you have to be? But you want people to care about him, his kids, and his family. And like the lady said, I care about the people even in my life that, needed certain things done and they were denied. I've even been denied before. So, not by Unitedhealth, but yeah, it's whatever. But I think there's going to be more of this going around because I believe a lot of these CEOs from different industries, they have been on edge since the pandemic, where they feel like that employees and people have been getting a little bit too much power. They've been standing up for themselves and they need to put us in our places is basically how this is coming across. But everything has a price, and they think that they're rolling in so much blood money that, they're untouchable. Well, Brian Thompson was touched, but I'll go ahead and leave it right here. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Do you think that this lady in the coma, she will actually have her needed medical assistance approved by United Healthcare, or do you think they're going to make an example of her? I'll see you in the next one.